Squaw Valley announces brand new name, Palisades Tahoe.
We've been talking about this forever. They didn't really tell us when they were going to announce the new name, and then they just came. I was hopping on my flight for Denver, and the news came out, and I banged out, this tiny little article announcing it right before I got on the flight. But I think it's a great name. Palisades, one of the definition of Palisades is a large set of cliffs, and that's essentially what Squaw Valley is. That's what it's known for, is its large, steep terrain. Their logo is an eagle, which is representative of the Washoe tribe, and that's sort of their call out to the Native Americans. And anyone who doesn't know, squaw, the term quote unquote squaw, is a racist, sexist term for Native American women. And they've been deliberating this decision for decades, and they finally pulled the trigger. They got a new logo. They got new color scheme. It's kind of crazy to actually see it in person after talking about it so long. What do you think about the new name?
Honestly, when I first read this to read aloud, I saw the first word being squaw, and I hesitated. So I know that I'm moving in the right direction as eliminating that from my vocabulary, right. And that's really what this is all about. I hear henceforward we'll be referring to that word as the S word. So if we ever need to mention that particular word again, we will refer to it as
I'll say, so as soon, and they did a bunch of reaching out, because there's like over 100 businesses in that area.
They got to rebrand.
Named that. And
right.
As soon as I'm sure they were coordinating with all these businesses, because as soon as they, announced the name and they changed all their, their Instagram handle and their Facebook page and their Twitter handle, all these other places did as well. So it was a coordinated effort to eliminate as much of that word as they can in one swift, So you're right. I do think there's probably some businesses, some stuff out there, the valley. What do we call the valley now? It used to be, it's an actual valley. I don't know like exactly how we're going to determine what things are called and what things aren't. But yes, we're almost there where we can just eradicate that word from our...
Yeah, I mean, the only time we used it was when we referred to that particular area. And so if they're going to rename it, great. But yeah, literally when I went to read it just now, I saw that word, the S word, and I hesitated. So we're moving in the right direction with regards to eliminating these derogatory terms from our culture.
Yeah, I mean, I've used that word for so long, so it doesn't feel, it doesn't have that connotation of feeling...
Well, we didn't
terrible,
know about,
but we know it is.
We didn't know back when,
of course not. Yeah.
That it was a derogatory term. It's with kind of the reemergence of America, if you will, that these things are kind of being pointed out.
It's and of course this was met with plenty of dumbasses in the comment section saying you're erasing history, blah blah blah. Yeah, we're erasing racist history, like not erasing it. We are not glorifying it any longer, right? It's, it's, I always go back to, you won't see a statue of Hitler in Germany, right? They have plenty of museums of the Nazi Party in Germany, but you don't see a statue. They're not glorifying anymore. Of course, we'll never forget. And same with this. Let's not forget the terrible atrocities that happened to Native Americans in this region with the Washoe tribe and in the entire, Northern California. But, they've picked a name that I think is really indicative of the mountain, and they picked a logo that is a shout out to the Washoe tribe. I think it's a home run. Unfortunately, we have to listen to these people in the comment section say all this crazy stuff about why we're erasing history. We're not erasing it. We're simply not glorifying a racist, sexist term.
Yeah, our country and the world is moving in the right direction away from these derogatory terms. I mean, look at the football team, Washington, D.C., this country's capital, their football team has done the same thing, rebranded, and are now they're actually going to pick a name here soon. I do know, but
I don't know.
Right now, it's the Washington football team. But the next story is also.
Well, wait. I'm not done. I'm not done with.
Continue.
So, I actually like what in the announcement what they said, and it's this is really how I feel needs to be described, and they did a really good job with the announcement. The Burn, the Palisades Tahoe president and COO said, "At the end of the day, squaw is a hurtful word, and we are not hurtful people." And I think that is the number one thing we could take away. It doesn't matter what you think about this word or how long it's been sitting there. I mean, it's been called that through the Olympics, the 1960 Olympics at S Valley. Yeah, I guess you
got it. You're moving in the right direction.
We are at S Valley. I've researched so much about that Olympics, and that word comes up so much, and so there's so much history behind it, but at the end of the day, it is a Native American word that was used to, say bad things about the Washoe tribe, and the Washoe tribe wanted this change. And so to me, there's no history erased. We are helping them out. And by the way, they are building a partnership with the Washoe tribe. They're doing these education tours. They're teaching, they're trying to do all these programs to teach the public about the Washoe tribe and their history in the Tahoe region, which dates back, probably 6,000 years. So, whether you like it or not, this was a really smart business decision from the management team because they no longer have to deal with an upset tribe who they are trying to work hand in hand with. They no longer have to deal with an upset, public who deems this, like I did, who deems it a racist, sexist term. And I love the name, and I'm really happy, and I really think it rolls off the tongue, Palisades Tahoe. So I just wanted to say that. The Majestic Eagle logo is awesome. I think they did a really good idea. The only other name they could have gone with was Olympic Valley, but that it sort of lacked creativity, and it sort of held on to their past a little bit too much, where now they're moving forward into the future. I really liked it. Okay, that's all I had to say.
That's all you had to say?
This is a huge deal. We've been talking about it forever. We've polled audiences what they think they should name it. We've done all sorts of things, and now they come out, and I think they hit a home run. And that's all I'll say.
Enough said.